Step 7. Anchoring the base rails. Before we anchor the base rails, we want you to use the sealant rolls or tubes that were supplied with your kit to seal the bottom of the base rails. This will keep the water and other foreign material from entering under the base rails. Supplied with your kit are either rolls of sealant measuring 3/16 by 2½ inches or tubes of sealant. Each rolled sealant covers 20 feet of the base rail, and/or, depending on what was supplied with your kit, each tube of sealant covers the same distance, 20 feet. Flip the base rail assembly upside down and rest it on the insert pins. Be sure your base rail is clean before applying 2 lines of the tube sealant to the bottom of it. Place each row about 1.5 inches from each other. With the rolled sealant option, adhere that to the bottom of the base rails, and in either case, make sure your concrete is free from dirt so that a tight seal is achieved. Now, flip the base rails over and carefully align them with the chalk line on the reference marks that are on the concrete. Use a hammer to tap them into position if necessary. Most of our buildings use a 7-inch by 1/2-inch concrete expansion anchor. In some cases, like the coast of Florida, which has excessive wind loads, a larger anchor may be called for. If that's the case, they'll be supplied with your building, and your instructions will clearly indicate that you may have more and/or larger anchors. Make sure you use the proper size masonry bit for the anchors that come with your kit. 1/2 inch for a 1/2-inch anchor, and so on. Check the bolt manufacturer's instructions for specific installation recommendations. Drill your anchor holes into the concrete right through the pre-drilled holes of your base rails, placing your foot on the base rails to hold them in place. Before you insert the concrete expansion anchor, place a flat washer on the bolt and thread a hex nut on the top of the bolt until about 1/4 inch of threads are exposed above the nut. Now hammer down the expansion bolt and then tighten the nuts with a wrench. Continue this until all the pre-drilled holes in the base rails are securely anchored.